Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the Sprint. Thanks for joining us on this wonderful day. I hope you guys are having a great afternoon / great evening. Taking that break from that heavy news cycle that, again, we can all use every once in a while. Sometimes it gets so stressful and your blood pressure raising up. No, this is the time that if you're having lunch, if you're having dinner, click on over on your phone, WSLS.com, and check out the Sprint, because we are all about the laughs. We're all about the good times. We're all about the good that is coming out of our community. And we're all about those viral videos that are happening around that's keeping people talking. Something else that just kind of bubbled back up to the surface that we want to talk about today is a really, really funny package, but it's also an indication, just another reminder about, standing up for yourself, no matter how old you are. For example, check this out.
I took that bed and hit him upside a paya.
Paya is correct. That's right. We're bringing back Grandma, man, who fought off this 300-pound robber. We're going to chat about her story again, man. But again, going back to the comment section, because even years after the fact, you guys are still talking about it. And I'm like tickled about it because I saw it for the first time the other day. And I have literally, me and Jazz both have just been raving about it. So again, we're going to start your sprints off with some good news right now, though, because we have a recovery house that is making its presence known right here in Roanoke. Okay, so it says the goal of Addiction Recovery House in Roanoke is hope for healing. For Truth's Recovery cut the ribbon with the help of First Lady Suzanne Yunkin. The house 8 men and a time who are chosen through an application process. These men will have to live together in the recovery, helping each other along the way with the guidance and oversight of trained professionals. Co-founder Christine Wright hopes that it will help people realize that addiction recovery is more than meets the eye. For Truths hope to open a similar house for women and children in the fall. Again, you know how I am. I'm a huge stickler on having these resources in our community. And it's so important, especially for people who are battling addiction. And I've covered several stories where there are these kind of houses that are up in our community that, again, makes a big difference. Not only are these men in this whole process of recovery, not only are they holding each other accountable, but they're facing a challenge together, and they're stronger doing it as a team, So it's super cool seeing these kind of resources pop up, and I pray to God that there's so much success coming out of this. And I can't wait to see what pops open for women and children, because, again, it's not just men who are battling addiction, but women and children also have to deal with these kind of situations and these struggles and stuff. And again, like they say, a lot of people think that the recovery process is super easy. That's not the case, man. The recovery process can be very challenging. You got people who relapse. You got people who just, give up in the middle of the process. But having reminders like this, I think helps so much. So shout out to them opening this. It's called For Truths Recovery. Can't wait to see the good that it does in our community. Moving on over, man, renewed focus on mental health resources for kids with the help of local Rotary clubs. So check this out. This is also another good idea and resource. Since the group donated $3,000 to help cover a portion of the online mental health resources for parents and students in Botetourt County public schools. The money is a part of the grant meant to help at-risk youth. Online resources are free that offers coaching services and answers to the Commonwealth mental health questions. So again, yet another one of those stories. It is Mental Health Awareness Month, and especially when it comes down to our children. We were just talking about how yesterday people who are in college really dealing with it. I think they said 80% of college students say that they're unhappy or going through some type of mental health struggle as we speak. So the more we can actually have resources dedicated to helping people get back to that brighter day and get back to that positive way of thinking, the better. Check this story out on our website, WSLS.com. Now, it's graduation season. A lot of people are super duper pumped about that. And again, a huge congratulations to everybody who's made it through that process. I've been through that process. Jazz has been through that process. It's a whole deal, man. It's a whole vibe. But it's crazy because scammers are now capitalizing on our kids. So something to be aware of if you're graduating or if you're in college yourself and you're just still dealing with trying to find a job opportunity. You got to be on the lookout, because get this, it says scammers now pose as job recruiters and tell students that their professional opportunities that their professor has recommended them for a specific position. It says that sometimes they'll even hack the professor's email or create a similar one so it looks real. Once the application is filled out, the scammer will have your information and can even empty your account.
When they tell me that I'm hired and I got to spend money to do business with them to get a job, and they're going to work from home and I'm going to get all these great things, if I do all that and send them the money, I'm never getting it back.
Yeah, so to avoid this, experts say to carefully read over any offers, especially if they come out of nowhere. This is kind of crappy, man. I tell you, scammers be getting on my nerves because literally, can we just enjoy stuff? Can we just have it to where it used to be where, these kids, they're very, ambitious and they're ready to go. And how disappointing would it be to be hit with some type of scam because somebody's taking advantage of a person's bright eye and motivation to get out into the workforce. Like, I absolutely, this just boils my blood. But again, all of our parents out there and all of our kids out there, if you are faced with some type of situation like this, please be on the lookout. Always be paranoid. If it's too good to be true, know that it is. And again, more than anything, just call around. Have a second opinion on it. Have triple opinions on it because you never know nowadays how many people are trying to take advantage of our kids, especially our college students who are, again, very eager to get out into the job field. And I can already see them taking and capitalizing on an opportunity. You know how difficult it is to find a job, period, but to capitalize on something that a child has studied and been working for, and then they see this opportunity come and they're all snap, the professor recommended for me. So I guess the first step, obviously, is to read all those offers, and more than anything, look at the professor or try to see what professor specifically recommended for them for that position, So, yeah, something to be on the lookout for. Okay, we got to show you guys this. This is some crazy video. And again, it's one of those things where I wouldn't joke about it if something awful happened, but fortunately, everybody made it out of the situation safely. But it's a big, huge mistake made by a truck driver out of Fairfax County. It's a dump truck. So I'm pretty sure you've seen this video right now. If you're looking at your screen, you see the dump truck has the trailer up. It's unclear if he knew it was up or not, but watch this. Bam! Yep. It caused quite a disturbance on the roadway right there. But, again, I thank God that everybody who was behind him saw what was about to happen. Everybody slowed down, as you can see. But again, here it goes right one more time. The truck driver's driving, got the trailer up, and then boom, shagalaga. Boop, right there, hit under the beam. So, fortunately, the driver walked out okay. As you can see, the trailer did get separated from the actual cab of the vehicle, but I'm pretty sure he's probably going to have have had a very strong conversation with his manager to figure out what the heck happened. But this stuff like this makes me paranoid because I feel like this could easily happen to me. I'm the type of person who would be aware of what's going on if I did accidentally push a button and cause the trailer to rise up or whatever. But yeah, again, I'm just very happy that everybody slowed down when they saw what was actually taking place. You could just tell people were just like, oh, this ain't gonna end well, and it didn't. So yeah, no, shout out to them for slowing down. Again, that dash cam footage that caught it, you see exactly what happened. So we're all, thankful that that resulted in better news. Could have been a very awful situation, but we can talk about it now, and hopefully this is a lesson for them in the future to make sure and double check that your trailer is down on your dump truck. All right, guys, moving on. Paya. I've been practicing. I got my bat. I'm practicing right now because guess what? Coming up after the break, we're going into how to actually use a paya and how a paya actually works, okay? We're talking about this brave grandmother right here who fought off a 300-pound robber in his drawers. Yeah, half naked. And got popped by grandma. Yes, she hit a home run for sure. We're going right to that story right after this break. We also got some cool stories. For example, we got a dog rescue coming your way. And obviously, you've heard that the Boy Scouts changing their names for their anniversary. But again, the paya, yeah, that's what's coming your way after the break. Don't go anywhere because you guys also are still having a lot to say in the comment section. Stay tuned to WSLS.com on the Sprint. Welcome back to the Sprint, guys. Thanks so much for hanging out with us this afternoon and this evening. We're having a good time because, again, we're all about taking that break from the stories that don't necessarily bring a smile to your face. Sometimes it brings more frustration and drama, if anything. Well, we take that break from that. We give you guys all the stories that will make you smile, feel good, make you smile, like understand that there is good in our community, but also understand that there's some crazy around the world that we got to call out and chat about as well. But speaking of good in our community, you know, the weather has been a little funky here lately. We've been talking about flooding and all this stuff. And I know Chris Michaels and the Weather Authority, they've been busy with trying to keep you guys in the know about the rain and the thunderstorms that have been coming through. But check this out. We got some local first responders providing life-saving measures needed to all situations. And in this particular case, it's dealing with a dog. So if you haven't seen this video, check it out. They just rescued this beautiful little dog, pulled him out of a deep hole in a wooded rural area of Craig County. This happened on Monday. Crews were on site for several hours using a harness and rope to pull it to safety. And you see they were very successful in doing that. Oh, poor dog, man. Good news right there. But here's what they had to say.
We don't often respond to things like this. And it's a very specialized type of rescue. It can be very dangerous. It's a lot of training. It's a lot of equipment. It's, you know, things like that. It gives us a chance to use our skills and get even more proficient at what we do.
Not yet.
Yeah, so as you can imagine, the dog's owner extremely grateful for their help. And like I said, if this was Bo, man, I'd be just very, paranoid to have him at all go outside. He will be in a stronger harness for sure to make sure he was protected. Now, speaking of wet and animals, we got one set of bears decided to take it on themselves, like they paying some bills right here. Check it out. This is a site that one homeowner caught. Mama just need to take a quick dip in a beautiful pool. This is out in California. It says that the homeowner was on lunch and caught this on his phone. Mama bear splashing around in the pool, got our adorable cubs cautiously just chilling on standby. But if you look closely, there is a bear float that is right there. So maybe, just maybe, they thought that bear was there and it was safe enough to go in. Maybe the bear was summoning them. I don't know. But either way, it's funny to me because bears and animals in general, they have instincts that we as humans have. And here we got a mama bear that's just like, you know what? I'm taking a break from you guys. I'm tired of y'all following me, all up under me. Give me just 2 seconds. And let me take a dip in some water. And yeah, hey, more power to you. That pool looked good too, by the way. It makes me want to go swimming. But yeah, had to bring that to you. Bring a smile to your face. Also, we were talking about Boy Scouts of America, soon known as Scouting America. The name change will go into effect February the 8th of next year for the organization's 115th anniversary. Now, officials say that the change is meant to make everyone feel welcome, but the Scouts' mission remains the same, which is teaching young people to be prepared in life. Organization first allowed girls into Cub Scouts in 2018 and then into the flagship program on 1 year later. And more than 176,000 girls and young women are currently enrolled in Boy Scout programs. Now, I saw this going around on my social media yesterday, and looking at it and reading the story now, I mean, I don't have a problem with it. I see how some people might have a problem with it, but then again, I'm also thinking to myself, I feel like some people would just, they're making a big deal out of nothing, essentially, in my opinion. Again, I'm not an expert. I don't want nobody coming attacking me, but when you're dealing with a Boy Scout situation and when you're having girls in it and women who are participating in it, when I was a girl, I kid you not, I did not want to do Girl Scouts. I wanted to do Boy Scouts because they looked like they did all the cool stuff. I didn't want to sell cookies. That was just me, and again, I was a tomboy. I love playing around in dirt. I love going out into the grass and the woods and stuff. So that was one of the things that I wanted to do big time. I don't know. I'm looking at it as a glass half full kind of situation where they're changing the name because, again, now that you have a lot of girls and women in it. Hey, it's not technically Boy Scouts. It's girl and Boy Scouts, which again, y'all are scouting, so Scouting America, and that's just me. But yeah, I remember I saw this yesterday going around and everybody was just like getting so angry about this, calling it, woke and all that stuff. And obviously, you got the political issues that are happening right now. So I get why people are so paranoid about name changes, especially when they use phrases of, making everybody feel included and stuff like that, but either way, I don't have a problem with it. That's just me. What do you guys think? If you guys got something to say about it, please let me know because I'm interested in figuring out your thoughts. Because again, I'm looking at it as a way of, okay, you're trying to include the girls and the women who are also participating in Boy Scouts, making it Scouting America. So I don't know. I didn't think it was that big of a deal, but some people did. And it was going all over the place like it's something negative. So I don't see it. I don't get it. But you guys maybe educate me, inform me of what your thoughts are. Moving on, guys. We got to get to this. Okay, so this lady right here, hashtag goals when I get older, man, because when I tell you, she seems like she doesn't play. Here you got a 65-year-old woman minding her business. All of a sudden, she sees this half-naked, 300-pound dude banging on her window, trying to get into her car, and she kind of took matters upon herself. So, hey, at this point, I give my hat off to her. And once again, this is one of those stories that have happened in the past. I think it took place, I want to say in 2019, but it bubbled back up to the surface because some people were just like, man, hashtag goes to this woman because Paya is what's up. Let's get right into it. Check it out.
So I grabbed my bat. I braced myself. I eased the door open.
That's when Gainey says 5'6", 300-pound Antonio Mosley charged her. Little did he know she was a high school softball player, a 65-year-old slugger.
I took that bat and hit him upside the Paya! He said, oh!
That's when police say Mosley ran to a nearby mobile home park, leaving behind his jeans, shirt, and a sock.
He was in his drawers. He didn't have no shoes on, no shirt, or nothing.
Police say a K-9 unit tracked Mosley down inside a mobile home with new pants on and cocaine in his pocket. Officers brought him back to Gainey to identify him.
I said, yeah. I said, that's him right there. They said, Miss Gainey, he got a big knot on his head.
Mosley was booked in the Alachua County Jail with 2 charges of burglary and drug possession.
If he better be glad I didn't have a gun, because I would have shot him. But this is my gun right here, because I was going, Paya! But this is my gun right here, because I was going, Paya!
We with you, Grandma. We with you, baby. Because like I said, hashtag goals, man. Grandma wasn't playing. I'm glad she didn't have a gun, and I'm glad nothing bad happen like that. But at least she taught old Big Man a lesson. Let's get to these comments again. This is a story that happened a few years ago, bubbled back up to the surface. I thought this would be a way to make everybody smile and remind people that there are some very, very fun characters out there that makes it into the news cycle in a positive way. So here's one person comes in and says, the grandma, nope, you picked the wrong person, fool. Paya! Like, I feel like everybody, you're going to see Paya. Like, it was so many times in the comment section, just spelling out the actual sound effect of the knock that she did on the dude. Says another commenter came in and says, this man is going to have a hard time explaining how he was caught to his friends. Hashtag Paya. Moving on to our next commenter. They say, Grandma hit a home run. She sure did. A home run to save her life 100%. Shout out to her, man. I absolutely love it. Then we got another one coming in. It says, I just love her. She's so feisty. I think me and her would be good friends. I thought that same thing because I was thinking to myself, I would love to just sit down and have her retell me that story over and over and over again. Another person came in and says, I had a stressful day, so I played this to make me laugh. Yes, again, she has impacted people for years to come out after that big hit. And then another commenter says, Granny was like, batters up, Paya! Way to go, Granny. Yes, way to go, Granny. Indeed. Again, I absolutely love this story because, you always like to hear those success stories where someone was doing something they ain't got no business doing, and then the person who would have been a victim of that person ends up surviving, but they do so to tell the story the next day. So let's get Jazz in here. Jazz, Paya! Hey, girl, how you doing?
Doing good. This story it made me laugh so much, but more power to her.
Yes.
See, that takes a lot of bravery and courage. She's really sassy, but she reminds me of my own grandma. I feel like if my grandma was in this position, she would do the exact same thing.
Yes. But like I said, it's kind of annoying to me when I see big people or people in general try to take advantage of people who they think that they can overpower. And then they're met with some type of knuckle sandwich, and right here met with some look like a metal bat.
And that's what he deserved.
Yes.
And I feel like he came and approached her and thought that he would be able to quickly overpower her and get what he wanted. But she said he was in for a rude awakening. And I'm glad that she defended herself and did what she needed to do. And I'm glad it wasn't worse because she said if she would have had a gun, she would have shot him.
Right.
He was not a bad. But it goes to show, people need to stop trying to take advantage of people.
Right.
Just because of how they appear on the surface. And again, I'm really glad that she took up for herself, and I'm glad that she's able to walk away the situation and laugh about it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm glad that no one was hurt. And I'm glad that she's able to make other people laugh, because when I saw it, it made my day.
Oh, 100%.
It reminded me so much of my grandma.
Yeah. But it's that feisty personality that, I just tell myself, seeing stuff like that, I always think to myself, you got to protect our elderly at all costs. I don't care what you say.
Yes, you really do, because I feel like people just try and take advantage of elderly people, but just because they're older doesn't mean they're any less stronger, any less anything than what we are. Mm-hmm. So I'm glad, like I said, I'm glad she stood her ground. I'm glad she didn't get intimidated, and I'm glad that she still is embracing that sassy side of her, enough to tell her story about what happened. Because it was a great story, and I'm glad that she shared it with us.
Yes.
The public in general, because it definitely, when I saw it, I just had to immediately watch it. And just see what happened.
Yes.
And just like the way that she told the story, I feel like no other could tell it like she did.
Oh, 100%. Like, we've all seen those stories where you got, oh, Lord Jesus, it's a fire, or the kabooyah, kabooyah. Like, we've seen those. But with Grandma coming in with Paya, I feel like she could sell some T-shirts. I want to know what Grandma doing now. I want to know what life is like nowadays. And I pray that whoever this suspect is, I hope that he changed his life around and could at least look back at that moment and laugh. It was just like, yeah, Grandma, she knocked me into a right sense of mind.
Yeah, I hope so too. I hope she knocks some sense into him.
Yes. All right, Jazz. Thank you so much, girlie.
All right.
Have a good one. Yeah, no, guys. So next time, if you find yourself in a situation, this is always a handy paya. Some type of thing. Even if you're going to use your hands, paya. Grandma has watched some kung fu movies or something. I don't know. Either way, I love this story, and we had to bring it back. Again, we're all about laughing. We're all about the smiles, and we're all about bringing back those stories that, again, have had some type of impact on your lives, or when you saw it, it made some type of impression on you. And this is one of those stories. So, yeah, thanks so much for y'all sticking around with us while we take a journey down the past of one of our favorite news stories out there. But also, if you got anything you want to say, any comments you want to drop, please, you already know there's a comment section on these articles. Leave what you want in there, and we will be sure to get to them and address it. And if you got something you want us to talk about, please let us know. Again, positive news stories, lighter news stories, fun news stories, things that'll get a conversation going. That's what the Sprint is all about. Thanks so much for joining us, man, and we'll see you guys again, WSLS.com on the Sprint.